Europe once bowed beneath stone cathedrals, where golden light filtered through stained glass and the faithful whispered prayers for salvation. For centuries, religion was the air people breathed, the thread that bound kings and peasants alike. But as the 19th century dawned, the rhythm of prayer was replaced by the clatter of machines. Factories rose where fields once lay, and smoke replaced incense in the sky. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. It brought wealth for the few and despair for the many. Families lived in cramped slums, children toiled in mines, and hope became a rare luxury. In this world of soot and sorrow, one man, Karl Marx, began to question the power that religion held over human hearts. He saw that faith, once a comfort, had become a chain. In his eyes, the church stood beside the factory owner, blessing the system that broke men's bodies and spirits. To him, religion was not evil, but it was dangerous. It soothed pain without curing it, offering heaven as a reward for enduring hell on earth. Marx wrote, "Man makes religion. Religion does not make man. It is the sigh of the oppressed creature, the heart of a heartless world, and the soul of soulless conditions. It is the opium of the people." He saw that just as opium numbs the wounded, religion numbed the soul against the sting of injustice. Yet his words were not pure rejection. They were compassion disguised as critique. Marx understood that people needed comfort, but he believed they deserved freedom more. He imagined a world where humanity could create its own meaning, where dignity was not postponed to the afterlife but lived here, in the material world. He believed that once people awoke from the illusion of divine order, they could build a just society with their own hands. The ruling powers trembled, for his message spread like wildfire through the factories and tenements of Europe. The year 1848 erupted in revolution, and the Communist Manifesto became the scripture of the new age. Marx's ideas promised heaven on earth, a world without kings, without masters, without exploitation. But dreams are fragile things, and when revolution came to life, it carried both hope and horror. In the 20th century, leaders would twist his vision into dogma. In Russia, churches were shuttered, icons burned, and faith declared the enemy of progress. Where Marx had offered liberation, others built empires of control. The irony was bitter. In trying to free humanity from illusion, new idols rose, political gods demanding loyalty and sacrifice. Yet the yearning that Marx wrote of, the human need for meaning, never died. After 2 world wars, Europe lay in ruins, stripped of certainty. The cathedrals still stood, but they echoed with silence. Science and reason had triumphed, yet the soul still searched for something beyond equations. Philosophers like Nietzsche declared God dead, and Sartre said man was condemned to be free, alone, without divine guidance. But even in a secular world, people continued to pray, not in churches, but in hospitals, in bedrooms, in moments of fear and gratitude. The forms changed, the longing remained. Today, Marx's words echo in new ways. He once spoke of opium, a substance of comfort and escape, but now our opium is different. It glows in screens, hums in algorithms, and feeds us distraction instead of faith. We no longer kneel before altars, but we still seek relief from the emptiness of our age. The modern world is free from dogma, yet enslaved by consumption, restless, yearning, endlessly searching. Marx wanted to awaken humanity, to make us conscious of our condition, to remind us that every God we worship is a reflection of ourselves. He believed that if we faced our suffering honestly, without illusions, we could finally be whole. But perhaps he underestimated how deeply humans need hope, how the dream of something greater than ourselves is not weakness, but survival. Religion, in his time, was the sigh of the oppressed. Today, our sighs fill the digital ether, messages, confessions, cries for meaning. The question remains, have we truly awakened, or have we simply found new ways to dream? The rise of secularism promised clarity, but it also left a void, and into that void rushed countless new faiths: nationalism, technology, fame, self-worship. We still build temples, only now they are made of glass and screens. As we walk through this new century, Marx's mirror still stands before us, reflecting not God but humanity, flawed, searching, magnificent, and lost. The story of the opium of the people is not about destroying belief, but about understanding it, about seeing that every prayer, every ideology, every revolution springs from the same wound, the desire to matter in a world that forgets us. So as the bells of old Europe fade into the hum of modern life, Marx's voice lingers like an echo through time, neither saint nor sinner, but a witness to the eternal struggle between comfort and truth. He taught us that to heal the soul, we must heal the world that breaks it. And perhaps, somewhere between the smoke of factories and the silence of cathedrals, we are still learning how.